can't even lie, I'm feeling your vibe. Yeah, I wanna dig in her thighs. She fuck with a winner, that pussy a prize. We shopping everything she want, I'm buying. Damn girl, you fine. Feel like she walked on the runway. I need a runway, we be flying. Take a vacation with back.
Hey everyone, it hasn't been a minute, it hasn't been a second, it hasn't been a long time, but just enough time to come back with another video. Today is PWI versus HBCU Sister Edition. Now, I go to the College of Charleston and
I go to Clafin University.
So
the illustrious Clafin University.
Whatever that means. But we're going to break down the different myths, what people believe, and etc. in this video. If you're interested, stay tuned. Now we're gonna start this video by breaking down what a PWI is and what HBCU is. So what is a HBCU?
HBCU is an historically black college or university.
Okay, and a PWI is a predominantly white institution, meaning that there are more white students attending the college, university than there are any other students. Why did you choose to go to a HBCU instead of a PWI?
They gave me the most money.
Boy, if you don't get...
I'm kidding. So, my senior year of high school.
That's our dog. He's bugging.
Open the fuck up!
So, my senior year, I had an epiphany, and I was just like, I know there's more to me than just her and my other sisters and my mom and my dad. And I wanted to get to know my roots more and how more black can you be than going to an all-black school surrounded by your own people. So that's why I did it.
Well, I attended the College of Charleston because when I moved to South Carolina, I was told that I can only go to schools within the state of South Carolina.
And that's what, and mama, don't ruin me, okay?
Therefore, I wanted to go to Howard, Spelman, you know, the top HBCUs. I always wanted to go to
Which we are top HBCU.
Anyways,
we're
the
number
top
9.
2 or 3 HBCUs, not number 9. But anyways.
You do.
Honestly, I didn't do my research. I can't lie to you. But I did want to go to a top HBCU. I wasn't allowed to because we believed the myth that, you know, HBCUs did not give financial assistance. And so the only school that I could tolerate was College of Charleston because it was in the city and we're obviously from New York, from, you know, the way that we're speaking.
We from New York!
I had started doing programs since my junior year. And then I did another program my senior year, and I was just attached to my advisor, Mr. Grimmage, which I mentioned before, and just the whole experience. So I just got sucked in. Okay, so do you believe that attending an HBCU makes you blacker than me?
It was at this moment that he knew. Up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think even though we are around black people, I think it stifles you in a way, only because you're around your people.
Hell no.
While if you're black CFC and CFC.
Hey, how you doing, love mama? Let me whisper in your ear. Tell you something.
Speak on yourself. Speaking of your own school.
What was the question again, Oprah?
Are you more black than me because you attend an HBCU?
I definitely think that it has strengthened my roots to being black and being capable of looking at myself in the mirror and saying, you know what, you're beautiful. And I think that is solely because you have so many different people or different walks of life that go into HBCUs. You can have the people that, you know, have nice houses and travel, and you can have people that had to go to school in trailer homes because like their school wasn't big enough. You know, you have people.
How is that a pro?
I'm saying because you have so many people from different walks of life, you start to appreciate and start to realize that black is not only one thing. You're not just a black middle class. You're not just black lower class. There's so many different aspects to being black. And I think going to an HBCU, you're really taught your importance in the world. You're also taught your history. I think a lot of times in HBCUs, we're taught our black history, and we celebrate our black history more than you would PWI because it's overshadowed by all the other cultures and they want to be inclusive. Whereas even though HBCUs are inclusive, we're exclusive in a sense of our black pride and black nationality.
Okay, well, attending a PWI personally makes you more aware of your blackness. Because we are a minority at the institution, at a college, etc., it forces us to look for the people that look like you, regardless to if you know them personally or not. You like, hey, what's up, girl? What's up, my dude? You know what I'm saying? And we have the whole group called Black CFC solely for that purpose, so we could connect to each other. We have organizations to reach out to minorities because we know that the institution is predominantly white. Like, we've had to protest every single year because white people have been doing disrespectful stuff on the campus of College of Charleston.
Yes, sir. We out here on the country about to go visit my slave farm.
New at 11, new video of a group of white men overheard using racial slurs. And tonight, that video is sending shockwaves through the College of Charleston.
And it wasn't just white people, it was multiple people that were just disrespecting other cultures. You're more aware of it. When you go to a HBCU, you are around your people, but because I attended a PWI, I had to force myself to be more aware of my blackness, even though I was already aware of my blackness, because I was forced to be in another space that was yet again not black.
But I also think, to piggyback off of that we're living in this utopia in a sense where they think nothing is wrong. So for you to keep on the legacy of this utopia, how does that strengthen your blackness? Instead of going somewhere for 4 years where you're around your people, you don't have to. Not saying that we don't do protests or anything.
Well, what I'm saying is, I didn't go to a PWI solely because I just want to be a strong black woman. I went there because I felt a connection to the institution. Now, when I got there, it was a different story. But what I'm saying is, at a HBCU, there are a lot of people who are like-minded. They're into black power. They're into black, independence. They want you to learn this and that, and advisors are driving you home and blah, 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 blah. When you go to a PWI, if you're not that type of person, you're allowed to be yourself. But if you are that type of person, there is a space that's created as such. Me going to a PWI and being strongly into the movement, the Black Lives Matter movement.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
Okay? I am around individuals who do not believe exactly what I believe, and I'm not afraid to share my opinion because I don't care what anybody else believes. At the end of the day, if we feel disrespected as Black CFC, we're going to stand on that.
Friend or no friend, when you cross the line, you deserve a little check too.
HBCUs force you to see that people within all your skin folk all your skin folk is not kinfolk, just like all your kinfolk is not skinfolk. And I think there's definitely people in HBCUs that are black conservatives, black liberals, black KKK members. There's a bunch. Just because you're black does not mean that you're for the Black Lives Matter movement, that you're for progressive eras, that you're for the Democratic Party, that you're all
I'm not
this.
saying that. I'm saying that there's more people that think like you versus going to a PWI. When people go to liberal arts institutions or a PWI, it's probably because they don't want to be in an environment where they're forced to be for their blackness to be forefront. At a HBCU, you know you're going to a HBCU because you're black. If you're going there because you're another ethnicity, it's because you're going on a full ride. But most people are going to HBCUs to, enhance their knowledge on their culture, blah, 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 and they're mostly black. If you go to a PWI, I'm going to meet all types of black people. Just like you said, you're going to meet all types of black people. Now, going to a college where I'm finding who I am, what I am, how I am, it's different being at a PWI because I'm forced to be uncomfortable. Well, I feel uncomfortable in many situations where I had to go search to be comfortable. So now I don't care. Now I'm ready to make you uncomfortable. At a HBCU, I feel like you guys are very comfortable, which is very good. If I had the choice, I would have attended a HBCU. But what I'm saying is a PWI puts you in very uncomfortable situations where you have to learn how to be comfortable with who you are and be able to spread the word and spread the knowledge.
Yep, but I also think HBCUs put you in a uncomfortable situation because not everyone that's black is comfortable in their black skin. And so there's colorism within our black communities that we don't discuss, that you see a lot during HBCUs because they not only bring out the problems that are going in the world, but they bring out the problems that are happening within the black community. You see men go for more light-skinned women than you see them going for dark-skinned or brown-skinned women. You're seeing that there's problems that we face, of course, within the white community, within communities outside of our communities, but there's also key issues that we face within our communities that you're not going to really get your grasp on or really understand because you're not around only black people. And then the misconception is that everybody in a HBCU is black. To be honest, most of the professors in a black institution at HBCU are actually of other ethnicities. There's very few black professors that we have. There's usually Indian, Asian, white, or other. We have other types of professors, but there rarely are black professors. I think a lot of people have the misconception that if you're going to HBCU, it's all black. Only thing that's black about it is the school. It didn't say historically black college just for black people, only black people can join. I think it also goes into the point of that the black community is very inclusive. We allow different people to come into our schools, but you got to understand the reason why we had to make these schools because other minorities, and in the superior race at that time, which was white people, they didn't allow us into their schools. And so we had to learn our own history. We had to learn our own way, and that wasn't particularly just by black professors. There's a bunch of different professors from different ethnicities that come into these schools and teach us not only about our history, but their history. So you can learn in a HBCU Nigerian history. You can learn Botswana's history. You can learn all these different histories, and you're not just learning American history. Because America's history is
you're not just learning American history in a PWI either. Not saying not to knock that down because that's very excellent. But what I'm saying is the reason why I'm so close to my African American studies professors is because they are teaching me the real. And Dr. Green is telling me exactly, and they are black. Now I appreciate the fact that the African American studies department at my college are black people. Because you know what I'm talking about. When you say something in slang, I know what you're talking about. If you want to learn more about your heritage, going to a PWI, you have to go search for it. Going to a HBCU, it's given to you. That's the difference. But it doesn't make me any less black than you because I go to a PWI institution, is what we're trying to get across to you guys.
Yeah. Regardless if you choose a PWI or Ivy League, or you choose a HBCU, it doesn't matter as long as you stick to the person that you are. soul-wise, it doesn't matter.
Yes, whatever it was, I was supposed to be there. So this whole debate of are you blacker because you go to PWI, are you blacker because you go to a HBCU is false. I'm very black. Anybody that knows me knows I know what I'm talking about, and I do what I need to do to get to where I need to go, and I'm very black.
My nigga.
Black. So
me and her used to be fighting in Forest Rick, Jersey, Hell there. Okay. Her and I, grammar, thank you Jesus, we have been going to the same school since we were babies. So my experience during pre-K all the way to high school was with her, while as us venturing off into our different schools and actually different types of schools, it's going to mold us into different people. I may know some more influential black people that you may not get in contact with, but the thing is, she's very sociable. Well, I'm really not. So she can come over to my campus and meet and introduce herself to way more people than I have in my 3 years, going on 3 years of being there.
A lot of people say HBCUs do not give you financial aid. Well, that's false, because my college has not given me a dime since I've attended. I left high school with a 4.2. I was in the beta club all years. I have a 3.8 right now, and I still only get the life scholarship. So she's gotten a lot more scholarships than I have ever got, and I deserve a lot. That's all I have to say. That is all I had to say. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, like. It is 20 minutes. The fuck? You want it to be 50,000 minutes? Anyways, hey! Love you guys. See you guys later. Thank you for kicking with me.